Hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about learner support subsystem in open and distance learning system in open and distance learning institutions. What services in open and distance learning. We can see through this slide the place of learner, which is central, and he or she comes with the learning experiences. Then the other components of open and distance learning, apart from the learner support services, are courseware, delivery of academic programs, evaluation, and media and technology. There is a two-way communication between the learner support system and the other components given over here. Each of these components influences the learner support system, and the learner support system in turn influences these components. This is the basic given in this slide, and this is the crux of the presentation, that is place of learner support services in open and distance learning. So let us start with the learner. Learner is the central theme or the central person around whom the entire services are designed. See, the learner, when he or she joins the support system, or she joins the open and distance learning system rather, comes with several questions like, is the specific course of ODL recognized by the concerned professional body like UGC or AICTE or any international body like that? And what are the qualifications of entry, and what are the eligibility to take admission? And I have talked about the recognition, and how the courseware will be available. What are the alternative sources if the courseware is not available, and what will be the guidance on the content, and how will the practical components be taken care of? What are the rules and regulations on attendance and submission of assignments, and how will the transaction take place? These are only a few questions. There are many, like can I get an alternative study guide if the language of the study material is crucial? And so many other questions are there with the learner. So now let us see the characteristics of distance learner. A distance learner is highly motivated. When he or she joins the system, they have set learning objectives, and they choose the methods of study which suit them, and they conduct their self-evaluation before they take admission into an open and distance learning program. Basically, the large or say major section of distance learners are deprived ones who are capable enough to pursue studies but could not do so because of several reasons. That could be because of their background, like social, cultural, ethnic, geographical, economic, or psychological background. All these reveal multiplicity as well as compositeness. Now coming to the next component of how learner support services is related to the course material. See, learner support services clarifies the doubts about print-based study self-learning material through the support given by it. As basically, the course material in any open learning institution is specially written. And in Indian context, you will see that print-based material is more used, and it is written by the experts, and teacher is basically a manager, and it is in the form of blocks and units, and which are really handy, and say the course objectives and the expected outcomes are given in the very beginning of the course. And you must have noticed that there is a sequential presentation of the material, and there are activities which demand, or say which are designed for inherent reflection to be made and insight to be given to the distance learner, so that in the absence of a physical teacher, he or she can studies with this quality material. Now, the role of media and technology in the emergence of ICTs in education has contributed significantly towards open and distance learning. A distance learner gets ample opportunities to use ICT based learning materials and media for achievement of learning objectives. See, primary among these have been radio and television before onset of computer. Now the computer assisted instructions and networking based instructions are used as additional inputs for course material presented in the print based form, which is basically in the print based form. As it is in the practice that the major course outputs are presented in the self-instructional material, and other forms of media and technology are used to assist the learner and the sim-based learning activities. Universities are frequently using virtual classrooms, and online support towards the examinations and tutorials is being imparted, and all this is possible through the learner support services. Now let us come to the diverse modes of delivery for the self-instructional material and other material also for the distance learner, and what is the role of learner support services in doing this. See, learner support services, role of learner support services is strategic in imparting and in implementing the delivery. Say the study material is not delivered to the learner, but a particular component like practicals have to be conducted. Then comes the learner support services to arrange the practicals through the alternative sources of study, or say the SLM, which is available with them either in their library or or through the experts. They have to arrange it, and say the suitable communication networks are designed and used by the learner support services, either at the headquarters or at the regional centers or at the learner support centers which are there at the grassroots. Schedules and requirements are met through the activities or through the efforts of the learner support systems. Modes are decided by the learner support system. Say, you must have heard about the communication through Gyanvani or through the Gyan Darshan, which is in Indian context, the television and the various channels meant for the educational purposes. So one-way communication is established either through through media, some media like teleconferencing, or say one-way audio or one-way video and two-way audio communication, or two-way video and two-way audio communication, or say two-way interactions are used by the learner support services, and this is a very vital role played by the learner support services. Now comes the evaluation. Although the evaluation is to an extent it is there in the self-learning material for a constructivist purpose, where the study material is designed in such manner that the learning activities are given inside and the discussions are also there, but and the learner self-evaluates the progress time to time within the unit or after the end of the unit, or say after the block ends, but then the assignments are also given, and the evaluation of these assignments is done with the help of learner support services, either at the learner support centers or at the regional center, and the grades are upgraded or say uploaded, and on-demand examination and other practices are conducted through learner support services. So what learner support services subsystem does for ODL is that of countering the challenge of distance, enabling the isolated learner, meeting the needs for dialogue and interaction through media and technology, imparting guiding skills of learning with structured self-instructional material, help in assessment and evaluation, and rendering academic and administrative support services. So let us see the type. We have put up the types of learner support services out here. One is the academic support and the other one is administrative support. See, academic support we can see in the form of tutorial support, conduct of counseling sessions, conduct of extended contact programs, mastering of the concepts at the learner support centers through the counselors, academic progress and assisting in practicals and projects, and general two-way communication which is established through the regional center or the headquarter or at the learner support center by the counselor, by the coordinator or the staff and functionary with the learner or from the learner to these functionaries. Administrative support is telling them about the regulations, instructional choices, what networking is available and what is the credit system and facilities to be given to them at the extended contact programs, arranging the conduct of activities, redressal of grievances, of the queries and resolving the issues and attending to large flow of learners each day at these centers. That was on learner support services types. Let us come to the factors which determine the learner support. It is the learner's background, their social, economic, cultural, psychological factors which require, what kind of support is required for them and what kind of support is required by the special category learners. What kind of requirements are there for general programs and what kind of requirements are there for the special or professional programs, what kind of skills are needed and how to conduct skill-based activities at their location is important, which is done either at the program center or at the work center or at the specialized center for these professional programs. Course delivery and instructional strategy is to be decided by the learner support services. If there is no delivery of material and or say the material has not reached the learner, then it is the LSS which comes in and helps them. If there is lack of synchronization between the learner and at the counselor at the study center or say the learner support center, it is the functionaries of the headquarter or say the regional center, they come in the form of learner support. And if there is an absence of technology at the learner's end, even then the learner support services pitch in to help them. If there is no mentor for the practical, it is arranged by the learner support services. So these are the functions. Then let us see the how academic and administrative support is rendered to the learner through this. At the LSCs through information technologies and digital media. For the self-learning print-based SLM, clarifying doubts to them. LSS tutorials face-to-face provide interaction with the teachers, and LSS for assignments and is there for the assignments and feedback, as I have said earlier. So, thank you so much.